सो हाय गाइस, माय नेम सिद्धांत एंड वेलकम बैक टू न्यू वीडियो। आज का टॉपिक काफ़ी इंटरेस्टिंग होने वाला है। इनफैक्ट इट इज़ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट रिक्वेस्टेड डिमांडेड टॉपिक्स और मैं कब से प्लान कर रहा था इस टॉपिक के ऊपर वीडियो बनाने के लिए। दैट इज़ द बिजनेस मॉडल कैनवास। इट इज़ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट वाइडली यूज्ड फ्रेमवर्क्स एंड कैनवासेस आउट देयर to design, to define, to develop the ideas of entrepreneurs, right? It has been used since past 15 or 16 years, since Alexander Osterwalder created it in 2005 or 2006, I think. And since then, it has been one of the most go-to business model canvases to develop an entrepreneur's idea. तो आज की वीडियो में देखेंगे business model canvas के बारे में। Business model canvas is going to be a very vast topic and therefore just to decrease the length of the video I'm going to make the video in two parts. तो आज की वीडियो में out of the 9 building business blocks we are going to discuss the 5 and then in the next video what we are going to do is that we are going to discuss the remaining 4 parts of business model canvas, right? And along with the explanation of the individual building blocks of business model canvas, I'll also explain you the business model canvas of one of the most famous startups in the world called Airbnb. So we will take Airbnb as an example and then we will see how they have built their own business model canvas. So guys, if you are new to this channel, then do like the video, do subscribe to the channel, don't forget to hit the bell icon to receive the latest notifications of my videos on time. तो मिलते हैं सीधे वीडियो में। So hi guys, business model canvas, as I've already told you, is one of the most used business model canvases out there. It is one of the most used frameworks out there to build an entrepreneur's idea. It takes into consideration all the different departments, different angles that an entrepreneur has to think in order to develop the idea totally, right? So it is a strategic management template that is used for developing new business models, documenting the existing ones as well, right? So knowing and understanding each and every individual building block of business model canvas is very important in order to develop your idea in a wholesome manner. तो जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया कि इसमें 9 बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स है, राइट? सो एज यू कैन सी ऑन द स्क्रीन देयर इज द कस्टमर सेगमेंट, देन देयर इज वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन, द की पार्टनर्स, की एक्टिविटीज, की रिसोर्सेज, कस्टमर रिलेशनशिप, द चैनल्स, द रेवेन्यू स्ट्रीम्स एंड द कॉस्ट स्ट्रक्चर, राइट? सो दीज आर द 9 बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक्स ऑफ अ बिजनेस मॉडल कैनवास। हाउएवर इसके अंदर आप कोई भी रैंडमली इंडिविजुअली फिल नहीं कर सकते बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक। इट इज़ ऑलवेज बेटर टू फॉलो अ पैटर्न दैट विल हेल्प यू इन थिंकिंग, दैट विल हेल्प यू इन फिलिंग द बिजनेस मॉडल कैनवास प्रॉपरली। सो इन दिस वीडियो आई एम गोइंग टू गो थ्रू दैट फ्रेमवर्क, दैट ऑर्डर एंड दैट पैटर्न एंड आई रिक्वेस्ट ऑल ऑफ यू एज वेल कि आप भी अगर वही पैटर्न, वही फ्लो अगर आप फॉलो करेंगे, यू कैन ईजिली प्रिपेयर योर होल बिजनेस मॉडल कैनवास विदाउट गेटिंग कन्फ्यूज्ड। So let's start. So the first building block that you need to fill is the customer segments. आप किन customers को service provide करने वाले हो? So before starting with the idea, you need to first find out the problem that you are solving, right? And with the problem comes the customer segment that is facing the problem. So when it comes to customer segment, you should be knowing each and everything about your customer segments, right from the consumer demographics, that is the age, their gender, their income group, their geographical locations, whether they're children, whether they are parents, they are married, not married, whether they are old people, whether they are going to school. You should also be knowing their psychological variations, right? You should also be understanding their psychology, that is their political views, their likes and dislikes, their preferences in each and everything. So what you need to first figure out is the customer segment that you are going to cater to. So now just to take an example of Airbnb, you can see on the screen that their customer segments are guests, hotels, the experience providers, that is the specialists, the two companies, the photographers who photograph the property very well, the home, and sixth is the hotels, right, which are the independent hotel groups. So these are basically their 6 customer segments that they are catering to. Now moving on to the second building block that you need to fill after the customer segment comes the value proposition. Now value proposition are the products and services that your company provides, and it is also that distinguishes you, differentiates you from your competitors. तो वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन आपको फिल करना है जिसके अंदर आप आपके सारे सर्विसेज, आपके यूनिक सेलिंग पॉइंट्स, यूनिक सेलिंग प्रोपोजिशंस, आपके प्रोडक्ट्स, आप सब कुछ वैल्यू प्रोपोजिशन में लिस्ट करोगे, जो कि आप आपके कस्टमर सेगमेंट को सर्व करते हो या प्रोवाइड करते हो। नाउ वैल्यू प्रपोजिशन कैन बेसिकली बी ऑफ टू टाइप्स, राइट। द फर्स्ट कैन बी क्वांटिटेटिव, जिसमें आप वेरिएशंस लाते हो प्राइस और एफिशिएंसी के बेस पे, या फिर इट कैन बी क्वालिटेटिव, जिसके अंदर आप वेरिएशंस लाते हो ओवरऑल कस्टमर एक्सपीरियंस के बेस पे, राइट। सो इट कैन बी ऑफ टू टाइप्स। नाउ अगर हम एयरबीएनबी का फिर से एग्जांपल देखें तो यू कैन सी ऑन द स्क्रीन कि एयरबीएनबी, so Airbnb's value proposition is different for 4 types of people, right? For hosts it is different, for guests it is different, for hotels it is different, and for experience providers it is different. So you need to take into consideration each and every partner of your business, and how you have to do that we will discuss it in the next vlog, that is of key partners, right? So value proposition would be different for each and every different partner that is associated with your business, so you need to take into consideration that as well. Now moving on to the third part, the third building block of business model canvas, that is the key activities. Now key activities are something जो आपको help करेंगे आपका value proposition को fulfill करने में, जो आप customers को provide करोगे. Now key activities is something that happens in the back end, that happens in the office, that happens behind the business, right, which the customers can't see. The customers only see the front end. Activities are something that happen in the backside, in the back end, right? So key activities are something that help you fulfill the value propositions, right, जो आप आपके customer segment को provide करोगे. Now key activities can include the revenue streams, the distribution channels, the customer relationship channel. Each and everything that is needed to make your value proposition happen is to be included in the key activities. Now suppose to take an example of Airbnb's business model canvas, you can see on the screen that the key activities are platform and technology development. They need a platform, so they need to develop that. The second is sales and marketing, yes. Third is maintaining trust and brand reputation, yes. Fourth is customer services and experiences, and the fifth is partner management. So all these key activities enable Airbnb to fulfill that awesome value proposition that they are providing to their customers, right? Now moving on to the fourth building block of business model canvas, that is the key partners that will help you fulfill the key activities, that will in turn help you fulfill the value proposition. So key partners क्या होते हैं? So key partners are those जो आपको आपकी key activities को successfully carry out करने में help करेंगे. So this can include your manufacturers, it can include the suppliers that are very important in the supply chain. It can be also someone who is a direct or non-direct competitor with whom you are doing a strategic alliance or partnership. It can be someone who is just providing some complementary services to your business, right? So all those partners have to be included into this building block called as the key partners. So now just to take an example again of Airbnb, you can see on the screen that the key partners include host, hotels, experience providers, corporate travel partners, travel managers, venture capitalists, because they need funding, lobbyists, photographers, map, cloud hosting, and each and everything, right? So you can definitely see that there are some of the components that are common in Airbnb's customer segment as well as key partners, because hotels, photographers, experience providers, they all earn from Airbnb as well, right? So they are their customers as well as they are the people who make everything happen. So they are also the key partners. Now moving from key partners to the fifth building block for today, that is the key resources. Now key resources are something that form the core of your operations, right? So the key partners need those key resources to make the key activities happen that will help them in turn to fulfill the value proposition. So basically you need to consider what resources you need in terms of distribution channels, in terms of revenue streams, in terms of providing the services. You should also think about what key resources do you need to maintain the customer relationship as well, right? तो ये सारी चीजें आपको सोचनी पड़ेंगी key resources के अंदर. So key resources are nothing but the resources that are necessary to create value to your customers, right? So they can be considered as the assets to the company that are needed to sustain or support the business, or they can also be something that the complementing the key partners bring in to fulfill the value proposition. तो अगर अब हम यहाँ पे फिर से Airbnb का example देखें, so Airbnb's key resources include the first Airbnb platform and technology, yes, very important. Second is platform architecture. Third is patents. fourth is brand, and fifth are the employees, right? So all the key resources, when they come together, then they're utilized by the key partners, which then perform the key activities, and then it fulfills the value proposition. So that is it for this video, because the next remaining 4 building blocks so that we are going to discuss in the next video. And again, we will be continuing with the same Airbnb example. So if you want, you can find the business model canvas template, the Airbnb business model canvas template as well, in the link that is provided in the description box below. उस लिंक के अंदर मैं और काफ़ी सारे एग्जांपल्स भी दे दूंगा, अगर आपको चाहिए तो बिजनेस मॉडल कैनवास के और कुछ कंपनीज के एग्जांपल्स मैं आपको दे दूंगा। एक एडिटेबल बिजनेस मॉडल कैनवास का टेम्पलेट भी आपको उस लिंक में मिल जाएगा। तो डू चेक आउट द लिंक इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स बिलो एंड वेट फॉर द पार्ट 2। अगर आपको वीडियो पसंद आए तो लाइक करिए, शेयर करिए, कमेंट करिए, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा शेयर करिए, बेल आइकन हिट करिए, सब्सक्राइब करिए इस चैनल को, और बेल आइकन ज़रूर हिट करना ताकि मेरी लेटेस्ट वीडियोस के नोटिफिकेशंस आप तक सबसे पहले पहुंचे। तो फिर मिलेंगे एक नई वीडियो में, दैट इज़ द बिजनेस मॉडल कैनवास पार्ट 2, एंड और भी जो वीडियोस चैनल पे आएंगे। तो तब तक के लिए गुड बाय, टेक केयर, थैंक यू।